The last three books that I read, Million Little Pieces, Her Fearful Symmetry, and Eleanor and Park, what they have in common is that they were loaned to me. What I've learned is that people aren't always as good about returning books as you might be. I have lost countless books. Namely, someone borrowed my fourth Harry Potter and never returned it, and so now I don't have my hardcover fourth Harry Potter. Someone did buy me a new copy, even though the binding isn't the right color. It's hard. Be careful loaning your books out. Book kids, take care of yourself. Be safe. We all practice safe sex. Let's all practice safe book borrowing. I think they're equally as important. That's just me. I have this nifty little journal that has, look, this is Steph's entry right here, that has all the books that I've loaned to people and who I've loaned them to. And I remember who has which book, and that way I can get them back, even if it requires me going over and kind of like, if someone's like, hey, read this book, I thought it was really good. What do you do if you don't like it? If someone gives you a book and you say, yeah, I didn't like this very much. You know those little spits they do on like TV shows, sitcoms, where they're like, when someone tells you it's not you, it's me. What they're really saying, it is you, and I want to get away from you. Their response could be, oh, that's totally fine. I didn't really like it anyway. I love this book, and it's not fine. I don't understand why you didn't like it. What do you mean? This is a great book. You're crazy and stupid. I loved this book, and you're just being a hipster douche, and I don't want to loan you books ever again. Yeah, totally. I don't know. Someone gave it to me. I haven't even read it yet. Like, thanks for telling me it was a bad book. I'm devastated. This is my favorite book. I sleep with it. I don't understand why you don't like it. Our entire friendship has been called into question. Why don't you like this book? Why? Why? It is my Bible. These are some things that I think about, because I have a lot of anxiety when I borrow people's books, because I'm like, if I don't like this, they're not going to be my friend anymore. Because if someone doesn't like a book that I love, I'm confused and I don't know how to talk to them anymore. Because even if we're having a totally fine conversation, in the back of my head, I'm like, they hated that book that I loved. I thought I would share some things about what to say and what not to say. Don't be crass. Don't just pass it back and be like, I hated this, it sucked. That's a little bit harsh. You gotta like kind of like ease them into it, gently hold their hand and break it to them. Unless they hated it, but if they hated it, they probably wouldn't have loaned it to you. Unless you really wanted to read it, in which case, if you asked to borrow it, all decorum is out the door and you can say whatever the hell you want because you asked to borrow it. But what to say? First of all, feel them out. If you're not sure how passionate they are about this book, kind of be like, oh, so, you know, I finished it. What did you think about it? Like, I'm interested to hear what you thought about this book because you haven't really told me yet. And that way, you put the ball in their court, they can tell you what you think, and then you can be like, oh, yeah, and you, I mean, like, don't lie. Be honest with people about what they like for books, because if you don't tell them if you like it or not, then they're just going to think that you're being a skeevy weirdo, and I wouldn't want to, I mean, I want to know what you think of my books. I don't want you to lie to me. That's like cheating. Don't do it. Another thing you could do is kind of make a joke. And again, don't be mean. Laugh with the person about the book, not at the person or at the book. Say something positive about a book before you can say something negative. So you can find something positive to say about any book. Even if it's a very small thing like, gee, these were nice pages. Good font choice. Say something nice about it before you're like, this literally was trash. I hate it. I hate it all. There's always something good to say about a book. And so maybe if you're with someone who's very tender and like really attached to this book, like that number 3 person that I said who, you know, is devastated with that you hate the book they sleep with, say something nice before you crush their dreams. Explain yourself. Don't just be like, hated it. No. Tell them why you hate it. Tell them why you don't like it. Tell them why it's not what you thought it was. Write a book review about it and send them the link. It sounds super nerdy, but I mean, if you have nothing else going on this summer, like I do that. I think what it comes down to is communication. Don't break people's hearts over books. It's the cruelest way to do it. So if someone's like, this is literally my God, I love this book. This is my favorite thing in the entire world. If you read it, first of all, you've put yourself in that situation. If you know they're that intense, be gentle. And then, if you didn't like it as much, walk slowly with them. Hold their hand. Let them hold yours. And you know what? It could go both ways. Maybe if you don't like it and you're kind about it and you talk about it, maybe they can be like, you know what? You missed it, though. Read it again and look at it this way. And then maybe you'll find out that you actually love that book. Be kind to each other. Don't be mean about people's favorite books. They might not be as nice as I will. If you don't like something that I read, I'm that second person that says, I loved this book, you're just being a hipster douche. The 3 that I loaned, I really did enjoy. They were good. If you want to check out any of those books, you can check them out on my Goodreads to find the review. And if you hated them, tell me. I won't loan them to you because they're not mine, but share your thoughts. I want to hear them. Enjoy the sunshine, kids.